Here's another vid for my Vlogmas. I'm Kate. I blog at katelily.com. And today was my baby's final consultant appointment, so it was a really good day. He's been under the consultant for, they initially said 2 years. He's 21 months, so only 3 months off his second birthday. And today was his last appointment, which means everything's fine. He's completely okay, and the doctor even said today you can just treat him as normal now, which we have been treating him as normal, but basically his care will be regarded as just normal like anyone else, which even though I knew he was going to say it, and I knew that anyway, I know the baby's fine, it just felt really good. He's a really bright, happy little baby. Well, I say happy, we have a lot of tantrums, but he's bright as a button. Everything's completely fine with him. The reason he was under the consultant was because of a difficult birth. He was born breech, and nobody had picked up on his positioning. So I was a planned home birth. I planned to have a home birth since my first pregnancy, and it didn't come to fruition, and not for any medical reason, it just didn't. So this is my second pregnancy, and I knew right from the very beginning that I wanted a home birth before I was even pregnant. In planning another child, I said I wanted a home birth. So long story short, I find it difficult to talk about his birth because to put it into a timeline is really hard, because it's basically just a great big haze of emotions, really, and a lot of it's a blur, so sort of blurred into one, so it's hard to like put it into a cohesive story. Then I have written a blog post about it, but that doesn't really go into much depth, but the details are there. Basically, if you want to go check out my blog, katelily.com, it's on there. So basically, yeah, it was planned home birth, unplanned breech. Nobody picked up on his positioning. They all thought he was head down at every single appointment. I should have had a late scan, being a planned home birth, to check his positioning specifically, but I was never given that, was never offered that, was never told that. And the only time they knew he was breech was as he was being born, as he was crowning. Well, he wasn't crowning. And I was in the bathroom at home, having had no pain relief. This is really my story. It's not really the baby's story, because it's not something that I wanted him to carry with him through his life. And hence why today was such a great day, because it's kind of like the official start of that not having any significance. So the birth was a bit difficult. It's recorded that he didn't breathe for 22 minutes. I really don't see how that's even possible. But I guess that's why my friends all call him a miracle baby, because they prayed over him so hard. Everybody prayed for him, everybody we knew. My pastor contacted churches in New Zealand. We had churches around the world praying for us. Hundreds of people we didn't know. And obviously me and Rich just prayed constantly for him. He went straight to NICU. I didn't get to hold him when he was born. The paramedics were already there and they took him off me. And, well, I didn't touch him. They didn't take him off me. I could only reach his foot. So I could see they started bagging him. So they rushed him down the stairs and out the house into the hospital. And I didn't get to hold him for 8 days. That was hard. That was a hard part. This isn't my emotive journey of his birth and everything. This is just a really quick backstory, because obviously this is for Vlogmas. I don't want to talk for too long because I haven't got any makeup on. And I look terrible. It's late at night. But yeah, that's basically the in and out of what happened. So he went to neonatal intensive care at the Royal Gwent. they're brilliant. They were amazing. And he had so much things. I can't even begin to go into it. He had a lot of procedures and things. A lot of things happened. A lot of things were done where they were caring for him, obviously. And but the main one was he was cooled. So he kind of was put into a sort of induced coma almost, but not quite. I think he's just really highly dosed up on morphine. And they put them in like this pod thing on a cooling mat. And what they do is they drop the baby's temperature right down. And this slows the brain waves, which gives the body time to cope. The way it was explained to me is that, like, in an emergency situation like that, your body is, all of it's on overdrive, just trying to deal with everything that's going on. And by slowing down the brain waves, the cooling the body temperature slows the brain waves, which hopefully is preventative and prevents brain damage. I was told while he was in hospital, during his cooling therapy, that some damage would have been caused by him not breathing for so long when he was born, and they just couldn't tell how much or how this would translate into his capabilities. Hence why he's been under the consultant for 2 years. I think it's 2 years just because by the time they're 2, you can really sort of get a real good feel for how well they develop him. And as I say, he's absolutely perfect. The MRI scan came back, I think it was on day 8 of him being in NICU, and it was all clear, and they were amazed. Everybody was amazed. The doctors, he said it's incredible that there's not anything, is a completely normal MRI scan of his brain. And so they weren't expecting any ill effects, thank God. And yeah, he's just grown and developed, and now he's running around and he's tantruming and he's doing all the normal things that a 2-year-old would do. He's picking up words. His motor skills are just everything. He's like, the consultant today was so pleased. So yeah, so we've been seeing that particular consultant was there. I wasn't with him when he was rushed into hospital. I came after him, but Rich said that the consultant was there at the time and took him in the blanket upstairs. Then I saw this consultant on the days standing at his crib when he was in the NICU, and he spoke to me and gave me round updates on his progression and his condition. And then we've seen him a couple of times in clinic since, and now today was the last time we saw him, so it was really, really nice to say goodbye to him. And we were just like, I don't know, I felt like I wanted to give him $1 million. It was just like, didn't know what to say. It was really kind of odd. I almost wanted to hug him or shake his hand, or at least, but I didn't. The baby was screaming on my hip. He thought he was getting injections, I think, and he just cried through the whole session, the whole appointment. But Rich said to him, "Thank you so much for all you've done." And I said, "Yeah, thank you so much." And then he just said, "Yeah, thanks guys, keep well, look after yourselves." And it was like a really nice sort of goodbye. So yeah, that's my story, my sort of story about baby Beb, my blue-eyed boy. Have you had a baby in NICU? Connect with me, let me know. You can email me at katelilyblog@gmail.com or comment below and let me know if you've done any vids similar, and I'll come and check out your vids as well. But yeah, that's about it. Subscribe if you want to see more vids. Thanks very much, and thank you for watching. I appreciate you listening to me blathering on. And yeah, go check out my blog if you want to read more about it. Thanks a lot. Bye.